The questions here says find angles X and Y below. So we are looking for these two angles. Now the first thing I would like us to look at is this line BC and this line AOD. You can see these two lines now. They are parallel lines because of this arrow mark on them. So this line BC is parallel to the line AOD. Now, when you have parallel lines like that, then you have to take note of the fact that there has to be something like alternate angles. So before we get to that alternate angle, I would like you to look at these 2 points, D and C. The points D and C. I have lines moving from this D down to the circumference at B, and I also have a line moving from this C to the circumference at B. So these two lines that I just talked about now together form angle X at the circumference. Similarly, from the same point D and C, I have another two lines going to the center. So this is a line from D going to the center of the circle, and another line from this C going to the center of the circle. Together they form this angle at the center. So when you have pairs of lines coming from the same point, and you have a pair going to the circumference to form an angle, and another pair going to the center to form an angle, then you should know that angle at center is twice that at the circumference. So that helps you to identify angle at center and angle at the circumference. So this is angle at the circumference and this is angle at the center. So angle at center is twice angle at the circumference. So twice angle at the circumference, which is 2x now because this is x. So twice x will be 2x. So twice x at the circumference will now give us angle at center as 2x. So that means this angle here is 2x. Then you also agree with me now that this angle 2x and this angle, they are alternate angle, just like I mentioned before. Because if you check this parallel line here and this parallel line, you have this transversal line joining them. So this elbow angle here formed at this point will also be the elbow angle formed at this point. So I usually say Z angle like this. You can see it, Z angle. So they are alternate angles and they are equal. So that means this angle here is equal to 2x. Let me write it here, 2x. Because if this is 2x, this angle is also 2x. So they are alternate angles and they are equal. So good, let's get to another point now to find the value of x. Now, again, this parallel line and this parallel line form two co-interior angles. Hope you are seeing it. But now, let's also look at this parallel line that is passing through the center of the circle. So if you have a straight line passing through the center of the circle, that straight line is a diameter line. Hope you are seeing it. So this line AOD is diameter of the circle. Now, what you just need to do when you identify a diameter like that, look at the triangle that diameter line forms, and this is the triangle here. So this is the triangle that the diameter line forms inside the circle. So now the opposite angle to the diameter line, that is the angle that is facing the diameter line, is this angle here. So this angle is the angle facing this diameter line here. So the theorem there says that angle in a semicircle is right angle. So anytime you see a diameter line, just watch out for the angle that is opposite the diameter line. That angle automatically is 90 degrees. And the theorem is that angle in a semicircle is right angle. So now, with that, we can now see two co-interior angles. This is a parallel line and this is another parallel line. So these two lines are parallel to each other. So the opposite angles like this, two angles that are facing each other between the parallel lines, are called co-interior angles. And don't forget that co-interior angles add up to give us 180 degrees. So this angle 65 and the whole of this angle, because this is a parallel line, so the whole of this angle along with this 65 form the two co-interior angles, angles that are between two parallel lines like this. The two angles add up to give us 180. So 90 plus x is one of the angle. You can see the parallel line. So 90 plus x is one of the angle, and then 65 is one of the angles. So the two angles together add up to 180. And the reason is that co-interior angles add up to 180 degrees. So from there, I can write x plus, I can write the x first. 65 plus 90 will give us 155. And that is equal to 180. So that x will be equal to 180. When this plus 55 comes to this side, it becomes minus 155. Sorry, 155. So 180 minus 155 is going to give us 25 degrees. So the value of angle x is 25 degrees. Hope that part is clear now. So we are already having the value for angle x. Now let's solve for angle y. Now, if you check this now, you will see that this is a small triangle. And the sum of angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. So that if I have 2x, which is this angle here, plus x, which is that second angle, and then plus angle y, all together give us 180, because sum of angle in a triangle is 180 degrees. So these three angles add up to 180 degrees. Now, don't forget, we already know the value of what angle x, we already know the value of angle x. So 2x will be 2 times 25, which is 50, because this is 2x. So 2 times x, which is 25, because x is 25. So 2 times 25 will give us 50, plus x is 25, and then plus the value of y is equal to 180 degrees. So that I can try to write y first now. So y plus 50 plus 25 will give us 75 is equal to 180. So from there, I can decide to simplify, and I have y is equal to 180 minus 75. And 180 minus 75 will give us 105 degrees. And that is the value of angle y. So x is 25 degrees and y is 105 degrees as the final answers. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, share, and join for more videos like this. Thank you for watching.